My heels tapped sharply against the glossy marble floor of my apartment building's lobby, the sound bouncing through the quiet of a Tuesday night. Another 14-hour shift finished, another box checked at Horizon Brands. The client had nearly pulled me into a hug after my presentation. I glance at my phone again. Nothing. The elevator doors open with a muted chime, and I step inside, studying my reflection in the mirrored walls. Quinn Edwards, 32 today. Senior PR executive. Wearing exhaustion like it's a luxury fragrance. My green eyes stare back, quietly hunting for a reason to celebrate. The number on my screen stays the same. 0 texts. 0 missed calls. I tell myself it's irrelevant. I'm an adult who manages multi-million-dollar accounts. Birthdays are for kids. Still, when I unlock my apartment, the small cake I bought myself that morning waits on the coffee table like an accusation. One lonely candle sits unlit in the center. A sad little soldier standing by for orders that will never arrive. Happy birthday to me, I murmur to the empty room. I drop my leather briefcase beside the sofa, kick off my heels, and collapse onto the cushions. Despite the careful touches I'd added to make this place feel like home, my apartment feels hollow tonight. The clock on the wall ticks steadily toward midnight, counting down the last moments of my birthday. My phone stays stubbornly silent. I reach for my laptop, telling myself I'll drown the feeling in work until the day officially ends. Maybe review that proposal one last time. Instead, my fingers betray me and open Facebook. The first post stops me cold. There's my brother Miles, holding up a champagne glass, surrounded by smiling faces. A banner hangs behind him. Congratulations on your promotion. My father's arm rests proudly across his shoulder. My mother stands at his side, glowing as she looks at her son. The timestamp hits hard. 4 hours ago. My birthday. I scroll. Every photo feels like another cut. Dozens of them. The entire extended family is there. Aunts, uncles, cousins I haven't seen in years. All gathered to celebrate Miles. The comments blur together. So proud of our superstar, my father wrote. The Edwards family legacy lives on, my mother added. My hand shakes as I close the laptop. They didn't forget my birthday. They simply chose something else. Again. The memories rise without warning. Me at 11, sitting alone at a restaurant table, watching a single candle melt into my cake while I waited for my family to come back from Miles's debate competition. They promised they'd return in time. They didn't. At 17, sent to Grandma's for my birthday weekend while my parents toured Yale with Miles. It's his future, Quinn, Dad had said, avoiding my eyes. My college graduation dinner hijacked by Miles's engagement announcement, my summa cum laude barely acknowledged before the conversation jumped to venues and guest lists. Just last month, my father brushed off the Horizon campaign that boosted client revenue by 41%. It's just advertising, Quinn, he said, checking his watch. Not like Miles's finance work. That's real impact. I grab my phone and scroll through my contacts. Family names blur together. People who've never called to ask about my wins, my losses, my life. An email notification appears on my screen. I open it without thinking, then freeze. My performance bonus for the Horizon campaign. $82,000. My phone rings, snapping me out of my thoughts. My mother's name flashes on the screen. For one stupid second, hope lifts in my chest. Hello? I say, hating how eager I sound. Quinn, sweetheart. Her voice bubbles through the speaker, bright and rushed. I'm so glad I reached you. Listen, we're putting together something small for Miles and Jessica's anniversary next month, and I was hoping you could help. Nothing big, just the catering and maybe the decor. You've always been so good at that kind of thing. The clock clicks over to midnight. My birthday is officially gone. Mom, I say, my voice unsteady. Today was my birthday. Silence. Then, oh. She sounds honestly surprised. Oh, honey. With Miles's big promotion, it completely slipped our minds. Slipped their minds. Like it always does. My eyes drift to the email still glowing on my laptop screen. $82,000. More money than I've ever seen in one place. Something inside me shifts, slow and powerful, like plates grinding into a new shape. My voice settles. "Don't worry about it, Mom," I say, the words coming from somewhere unfamiliar. I understand what matters to this family. And for the first time in my life, I really do. 4 days later at the office, my fingers hover above the keyboard, frozen. The family group chat, one I was never meant to see, stares back at me, thanks to Mom's accidental invite. Messages sprawl across the screen like evidence, each one worse than the last. "Quinn should make a substantial contribution to Miles's anniversary gift," my father typed. "At least $20,000." My mother replied seconds later. "She just got that bonus. Time she supports the family for once." There it is. My name.
Quinn.
Spelled wrong. 1 N instead of 2. My own mother can't even get my name right. I lean back in my chair, leather sighing beneath me. Outside my window, the Chicago skyline glitters in the Sunday afternoon light. Inside Horizon PR's glass-walled conference room, I should be prepping for tomorrow's client meeting. Instead, I'm learning exactly how disposable I am to the people who should care the most. My phone buzzes. Jennifer appears in my doorway, dark curls bouncing as she steps in. "Your brother's online too," she says, then squints at my face. "Everything okay?" "Miles pulled our Region Tech contacts," I say, angling my laptop toward her. "Dragged their marketing director into a meeting for his investment firm. Without asking me." Jennifer reads, her mouth tightening. "That's the 3rd time he's done this. And your dad thinks you owe him 20 grand for an anniversary party?" She whistles softly. "That's seriously messed up, Quinn." "Apparently it's time I supported the family for once," I say, the bitterness sharp in my mouth. Jennifer hops onto the edge of my desk. "What exactly have they supported you with lately?" Her blunt honesty is why we've been friends since orientation 5 years ago. The question lingers as my office phone keeps flashing.
Miles.
Waiting. "Probably needs another favor, another name to use." "Your bonus was earned," Jennifer says firmly. "Lawrence wouldn't have signed off on it otherwise." As if on cue, my boss appears in the doorway. Lawrence Chun, CEO of Horizon PR, flawless in his charcoal suit despite the late hour. "Quinn, the Westfield campaign numbers just came in," he says, sliding a folder onto my desk. 41% increase in quarterly revenue. The board is thrilled. His smile is genuine. "This is exactly why I pushed for your bonus. You earned every dollar." After he leaves, Jennifer squeezes my shoulder.
"See?
"At least someone sees your value." I finally take Miles's call, keeping my tone calm even as irritation coils under my skin. He needs Region Tech's chief marketing officer at his dinner tomorrow. Big potential client. Family helping family. "I'll see what I can do," I reply, carefully neutral. That evening, I stop by Mrs. Bennett's apartment on the 3rd floor. She opens the door with a warm smile that creases the corners of her eyes, the smell of fresh cookies spilling into the hall. "Right on time," she says, ushering me in. At 84, Mrs. Bennett moves with the purpose of someone decades younger. These oatmeal cookies won't eat themselves. We sit at her small kitchen table, the checkered cloth soft beneath my hands. For 3 years now, Tuesday nights have been ours. I bring takeout. She supplies dessert. The family I chose instead of the one I was born into. "You look troubled," she says gently, sliding the cookie plate closer. I tell her about the emails, about Miles using my contacts, about the $20,000 they expect from me. "And they spelled my name wrong," I finish, hating the childish ache in my voice. Mrs. Bennett covers my hand with hers. "Some parents never truly see their children. They're too busy admiring their own reflection." Her words stay with me as I change clothes for the family dinner I've been dreading all week. My apartment feels like a refuge now, far from what waits at my parents' house. Saturday evening, the Edwards family mansion looms along Lakeshore Drive, 3 stories of stone and entitlement. Inside, my mother, Claudia, adjusts floral arrangements while my father, Richard, pours himself a scotch. Miles and his wife, Jessica, sit on the leather sofa, polished and perfect like a country club ad. Dinner unfolds with its usual choreography. My father dominates, reciting Miles's latest promotion. My mother supplies the ideal, supporting anecdote. I move salmon around my plate, bracing myself. Dessert arrives.
Quinn,
My father says, setting his coffee cup down with deliberate authority. We need to discuss your contribution to Miles and Jessica's anniversary celebration. The room tightens. Every gaze turns toward me. 20,000 would cover the venue and catering, he continues. Given your recent windfall, it seems only fair. My mother nods, pearl earrings catching the light. Family supports family, sweetheart. Something snaps. Family supports family. When had they ever supported me? I can't, I say quietly. My father frowns, clearly not registering the refusal.
I'm sorry.
I can't contribute $20,000. My voice firms. That's a quarter of my bonus. I have other plans. Silence settles, heavy and unfamiliar. No one here is used to Quinn Edwards saying no. What plans could possibly outrank your brother's celebration? My father's voice turns sharp. My future, I answer simply. My mother's face collapses. After all we've done for you, she whispers, tears forming. It's a flawless performance. Engineered guilt. What exactly have you done for me? The words escape before I can stop them. My father stands, towering over the table. I won't tolerate ingratitude in this house. Your brother is the real success story in this family. The least you can do is support him. Every word lands with practiced accuracy, pressing the bruise he's prodded my entire life. I stand, legs shaky. I need to leave, I say, grabbing my purse.
My mother reaches for me.
Quinn, please, don't cause a scene. But for once, I don't shrink. I don't smooth anything over. I walk out the front door, guilt clinging like a shadow. But something else follows, resolve. For the first time in 32 years, I refuse to disappear into my brother's background.
It's terrifying.
It feels what you want. He snaps. Your mother hasn't stopped crying. Is that what you wanted? To punish us over one missed birthday? The dismissal lights something molten inside me. One? Try 20 years of birthdays, graduations, and achievements. You're exaggerating, he says, checking his watch. The point is, Miles deserves our support. 20,000 from your bonus is more than reasonable. My phone vibrates with an emergency alert from our largest client. I have to deal with this situation, I say. We'll talk later. We're not done, Quinn. Actually, we are. I close the door, hands shaking but my voice steady as I dial the client. 3 hours later, I stand before our executive team, laying out the